everyone, welcome to episode 1 of the Movie Star Entrepreneur Show. Every Tuesday I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite scenes in my favorite movies, and we're going to see if we can recreate those so that we can use them in our entrepreneurial efforts to market ourselves better, make ourselves more interesting, and make ourselves more money. So in this first episode we're going to tackle cloning. It seems that when I see video editing geeks or whatever, they always show people how to clone themselves in videos. And it's a really cool effect. And the movie that really shows it is called Multiplicity. It's with Michael Keaton. He plays an overworked father, and he never gets to see his family. So he decides to clone himself. He finds a scientist, clones himself, and all hell breaks loose. But I'll show you the clip of that first, and then I'll show you the scene that I did to recreate it, and then I'm going to show you how I did it. So then you guys can try to copy how I did it and maybe use it in your marketing efforts, and we'll see how that goes. So here's the clip with Michael Keaton in Multiplicity.
2. Like it made 3.
Hi, how are you?
Are you nuts? I've been working since I was 12 years old. It's break time. It is. And Doug, I think it's that 12-year-old that's saying, Doug, how about a visit? You need time for Doug.
What a suck. No, with 3 people.
Okay, you saw the scene with Michael Keaton in Multiplicity, and then you saw my recreation. In the future you'll see me do a really cool one that will have marketing purposes. But for now, that one did for the purposes that we need it for now. So when you're seeing me put this together, think of how you can do it in a creative way for your marketing that might make it more interesting. I'm going to start it off. I'm using Final Cut Express on an iMac. So you're going to have to tailor this to whatever program that you use. They all work almost exactly the same. So you'll get what I'm doing on here. Before we get to the point where you're going to see next, is that you're going to have to set up your tripod, put your camera on top, and then leave it in that position. So that the scene, you're going to have to shoot 2 videos if you have 2 of yourself, 3 videos if you have 3 of yourself, 4 videos if you have 4 of yourself in the scene. So what I do is just press record and then keep it running. So then I shoot the one part of myself, I shoot that and then walk around, pretend I'm doing whatever, and then I shoot the other part. So, and I never cross over in the scene, so that I can never have this guy cross this line, because it'll show up, he'll disappear, and it just won't look right. So all it is a split screen. Like if you're using Adobe Photoshop, what'll happen, you could do this and that pretty easily. You cut the pictures in half and then merge them together, right? That's all we're doing here with the video, is cropping them in half and merging them together. Okay, now I'm loading the videos from my flip camera. So the last 3 videos are the ones we need to load. Okay, 24, 25, 26. So what I'm going to do is put 24 in here. You'll see it'll load, and then I'm going to set an in point. Now an in point is where I want the video, where I want to start this video. So I can actually put the in point here. And our out point, so this is set in point. Now whatever program you're using, it'll be similar. That's good. And I'm going to insert. So we have roughly 40 seconds of video there. Now we probably won't use all of that, but just in case we put it there. So now we can already crop, because we're not going to need hardly any of that. So we can already crop that down to probably right here. I'll crop it down to, because we're only going to use that section of that video. Now for this one, we're going to need to wait until I'm sitting down. Actually, I'll just drag it down here. So that one's a little longer. One we would make it perfect, but I think this will do for our purposes. Now this one, wait till I'm over here. Set an in point. Drag these down. So we're just going to cut these down. I mean, we don't need it as long as I have it. Now let's see it. That middle part is really bothering me. You know, I might take that middle part out. Because then it looks pretty good. I'm just going to leave that middle part out. It's pretty decent that way. So then it'll save. It'll take a few minutes. But now you guys know how to clone. All you're doing is putting one video on top of another. And never move your tripod when you're doing this. I forgot to say that. Don't ever move your tripod because you want it to be exactly the same shot, so that when you cut it, it looks right. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys. I hope you guys learned a lot from that. Now, I know some of you will have no idea what I just did and what I just said there. So you're probably more confused than when you started. And that's fine. You're going to have to go through the basics of video editing. And I'm going to be doing that as well. I'm going to be having sort of beginners courses on editing so everybody can catch up to where we are in this video. So don't worry about it. But keep this video in mind because trust me, I'll get you from where you are now to where that video is in no time. So stay tuned for next week. And for those of you who are movie buffs, the movie of the week is Boiler Room. I love this movie. I had first seen it back in college, this is like 12 years ago now. And I loved it. I was fascinated by it. This young kid goes to work at an investment firm. It turns out to be a sham, but he learns so much about selling and believing in himself and not quitting. It's a great movie. If you've watched it, please comment below. And if you haven't, watch it. Well, I like it quite a bit. So, and then let me know what you think about it. So, any questions you guys have, any thoughts, put them below. And if you didn't catch it, I had a subliminal message in that video, and one of you is going to win a prize. So, also, if you guys have any websites that you think I could do a creative video for, let me know, and I'll put that together and do a whole show on it. How you could do a cool marketing piece with some piece of cool movie editing effects. So, let me know if you do. I'm open to all suggestions. So, until next week, see you guys.